What's up, everyone? What's going on? Got a little live stream action. I will, oh, yes, I will let some people join the stream. I just emailed someone, and I just emailed someone about this scooter, and they just messaged me back. So I'm going to actually go do what they said really fast. I'm also going to let some people join the stream, too, because it's, stream is fresh right now. Stream is fresh. Okay, back. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? So I just messaged the company for the scooter, and they just messaged me back. They told me what to do, and it looks like I did what they said. And I still see the warning light, but I'll email them back here. Watching on TV and commenting on the iPhone. Oh, that's what's up. That's one thing about watching it on Apple TV. You can't comment. I just moved my light over because I noticed in the other stream, like my face was all like dark from the reflection of this. So I put this other light here, and so like this part of my face is all like lit up now because I don't know, it's a dorky thing. It's one of those live stream things. So what's up, everyone? What's going on tonight? What is going on? I am just hanging out, having a blast. Just at home, working on some projects and stuff, editing some videos. I was testing out this other software, like this caption software, just seeing if it was any good. All the caption software suck. So that's pretty much what I got going on today. I started to make a different style video today that I'm gonna upload tomorrow. This was I don't know, it's one of them videos like, me talking about a job and stuff like that. So maybe some people will like content like that. I remember I made some videos a while ago talking about like, about making videos talking about me quitting and like, going from having a job to being self-employed. And a lot of those videos got a lot of views, yo. And I thought, yo, let's just do it again. Does your scooter fold? Yes, it does fold. What's your opinion on universal income? Believe it or not, I am a huge fan of universal income. I am a huge fan. I think UBI is very important, and I think it needs to happen. And when I say UBI needs to happen, some people will say, well, that's going to discourage people from working. And this is true. This is true to a certain extent. It will discourage some people. Like if you make, if UBI is going to be $1,200 a month, let's say they give everybody $1,200 a month. Now, if you're making $2,000 a month and they give you $1,200, well, your income just went up, right? But if you're making, $10,000 a month and they give you $12,000 a month, well, that's like a small bump, right? So it's really going to benefit like people that make less. Like if you make like, 2,000, 1,500 a month, you're going to see a big bump, right? Because if you make 1,500 a month and they give you an extra 1,200, I mean, come on, that's like, I mean, you're really doing good, right? So for people like that, this could be a really, really good this could be a really, really good thing. And I think I've said this before in other videos. There is a there is a part of the population, there's a part of the economy that is forgot about. Okay. This part of the economy is the type of people who like maybe they work part-time jobs. Maybe they go to a job and they work like 4 hours a day. Okay. And they work, 3 days a week or 4 days a week, right? These people that are working 4 hours a day, and who knows, maybe they're driving 30 minutes to work each way, or maybe they're driving an hour to work each way because they're sitting in traffic. I mean, if you just think about that, right? They're spending a lot of time just getting to work just to work a freaking part-time job. And given basic income, universal income, that would definitely free up a job like that because a person like that may quit. They may be like, "Yo, it's not like I'm getting $1,200 a month. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to put a uniform on. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to put gas in the car. I don't have to do any of that. Right? I can just take the UBI money and just chill. Guys, automation's coming. Like automation's coming, and I think that UBI is going to be, I think it's going to be very important. And I don't think it's going to, a lot of people say it doesn't make sense, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, I think it makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at like lower, like just when you look at the lower tier of incomes, and also like people that work part-time jobs. There's a lot of people out there that maybe they don't necessarily need a job. Maybe they live with their parents, right? And their parents basically take care of them. But they've just been working a job just to get out of the house. Okay. It's a lot of people like that. They're never ever going to leave their parents' house. Maybe they're 40 years old. They still live at home and they work a part-time job. Well, I would imagine a lot of those people, you get them $1,200 a month, they're going to peace out on y'all. Do you think the stock market is continuing to go straight up? I think with the stock market, okay, there's a couple things that's going on with the stock market. Now, if you believe what Kathy Wood thinks is going to happen, okay, if you believe what Kathy Wood is gonna think, if you believe what Kathy Wood thinks is gonna happen, I'm gonna tell you what she thinks is gonna happen. Basically, Kathy Wood basically thinks that what we can see in the markets is we could see a lot of companies like, lose a lot of value. Like maybe like, let's give an example of like maybe 6 big companies in a sector, you lose like a lot of value. And then you have one company in the sector gain a lot of value. So like you can see the stock market being flat for some time. But as the stock market is flat, right? As the overall stock market may be flat, you still got companies over here crashing and companies over here, going up. So it'll just be like it'll just be like that. Sub J Media, what's going on? SF is getting the pause back. It is getting it back. Yeah, it's coming back to life. It's coming back to life. Traffic's crazy. Lots of tourists. Lots of people running red lights. Like I was out at Embarcadero today, and this SUV, I don't know if he was running from someone or what, but he just went straight through the red light, and it was like pedestrians walking. And he like almost hit this lady. Like she just jumped out of the way. But like he almost hit her. Well, I don't know if it was a he or she or whoever was driving, but the car almost hit, the lady walking in the street. And she was like kind of pissed. She was just like, kind of like freaking out, and I saw it and it was kind of crazy. And then I almost got ran over earlier today too. Just some, crazy people driving. Check out the minimum wage in all the states. Some of them still $7-8. Oh yeah, like down south. Oh yeah. Can vegans eat fish? No, vegans don't eat fish. Or plant-based people don't eat fish. Like, I think I need to, I don't know. Let me be good. I don't want to start anything on here. Do a tour of the ferry building inside and out, front and back on a farmer's market day. What is it like when there's people there? That would actually be a really good idea. That'd be a really good idea to do on a Saturday morning, because that's when you see a lot of people down there at the farmer's market. Maybe I'll do that. Usually on Saturday mornings, I'm with my boo, so I'm not just like out, like just chilling. So I'll have to figure that one out. But that could be really, really cool. What up, Trinity Time Travels in the house? You coming back to San Francisco, or you just done? You ain't coming back. You off to the next spot for then. Can vegans eat fish? I love it. No, vegans don't eat fish. No, I just answered that question. Yeah, no, vegans don't eat fish. Yes, SF is looking busier. Now, something else that's the financial district's picking up. Yes, guys, the financial district is picking up for sure. You can just see just way more traffic there, like especially in intersections. You see a lot more people walking in the intersection. A lot of people, just a lot more traffic. Your boo seems so chill. I want more boo on your vids. Maybe I will put my boo in my vid. I'll put my vids. I think my boo just wants me to be like an activist. Yeah, I think so. You and your boo moving in together? No, we're not. We're not moving in together. No, not right now. Like it's kind of tricky. I think it's just best that like we live separately for now. I mean, I think that's just a good idea, just to keep things like simple. And I got like basically our home office here, and for me to move in with my boo, I'm gonna be in the situation where I'm gonna have to greatly downsize, or we're gonna have to like get a place that's like way more expensive. And then if we get a place that's way more expensive, that means that I'm probably gonna be paying majority of the rent, which would just be a whole lot more than just me living here, basically. And then also I can just live here. I don't have to live with a dog. Okay, because that's another thing that like I really, I love my boo, want to live with my boo, but I really don't want to live with a dog. Like, I really don't want to like have to be live streaming and there's like a dog barking in the background. That's just not me. Okay, that's not me. Like, I don't like dogs. And the last thing I want is dogs like interrupting my videos. Like, that's just something like I don't want to be filming and there's a dog in the background. Like, maybe you would be cool with it, but like that's just not me. And I think that that's totally okay for me to like, just say, hey, I want my streams and my videos to have my personality, and having a dog is not my personality. Um, so I just think that that's probably best for now. Like, we just met. I mean, do you just like meet someone and you just automatically move in? Is there like a certain time frame? Is there, these are just questions that maybe we should think about. Also, like, where we want to live, like that can kind of be sort of tricky. Like, I really like downtown. I really don't want to leave downtown. I mean, that I just like high rise living. I like buildings and stuff like that. And once again, like, yeah, maybe I'd have to compromise. But then it's like, the compromise, like, let's just keep it like it is. Like it works so great, and I've lived all over the city. Like, this is one of my favorite places I've lived at in the city. Like, I'm just not ready to move right now. Just not ready to move right now. Like, yeah, like, I like coming home and there's like bikes and there's junk everywhere, and I like coming home and like not showering for like a day or something. Versus if I was living with my partner, like, I wouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of like just being me. Like, for now. But then the dog thing, like, that's the thing. I would probably live with my boo. I'd probably be way like quicker to move in if my boo didn't have a dog. Like, I would. I'm just gonna keep it real. But then at the same time, like I have a lot of crap here too, like bikes and scooters, and like once again, like that's kind of tricky. Like I would have to live in like a certain place. Yo, thanks for the super chat. Like I'm like just like talking. I didn't even say it. Yo, thanks Stephanie for the super chat. Lydia, what's going on? Long time no see. I know, long time no see. Like I'm still around. I don't work as much anymore. Like I've just been doing like more stuff on the computer. There's this news app I've been uploading to. It's called Newsbreak. For some reason, like I don't know. I hope that's 4th of July. Um, but for some reason, oh, that just happened right over there. I see a lot of smoke. I think that was a firework, but like, I mean, obviously that was a firework, but it was just like a big poof of smoke just came up. I mean, I would show y'all, but I got this big computer. I don't want to be turning around. We don't open at 7 or more. I noticed that, y'all. Why are you accumulating so much crap? You will never be able to travel again. I will definitely be able to travel again. I'm just not really big on traveling right now. Like I think like I don't know if people I don't know if everyone realized, but there's like a pandemic going on and it's not so easy to travel. You can still travel, like there's nothing stopping you, but there's a lot of things that have changed, and I'm just not going to travel right for right this time. Like this maybe a couple of years, maybe I'll start back to traveling next year. I'm thinking, and just like I accumulated a lot of stuff, well, I can just get rid of a lot of stuff too. Oh, Target. The Target stores. I put in my video earlier today. You say gunshots. I think that was like M90 fireworks. Those are gonna be going off all the time. Uh, Wait a minute. Not showing. You've got to. Whoa! I'm lost. I gotta go down. Oh, I'm losing comments here. You've gone far, bro. What do you mean I've gone far? Like just getting a house full of crap? Yeah, but eventually I will get rid of bikes. Once I start getting rid of bikes, I mean, it's gonna really, it's gonna start to thin out. I guess I bought like a lot more shoes and stuff, and like I bought like just a lot of filming stuff. A new computer, a bunch of lights. I have more lights coming tomorrow. Well, they're different colors. I got these like 2 years ago when the lockdown first started. But like, stuff like that. The scooter. Who knows? I'll probably get a couple more scooters and a couple of bikes. I started to ride sharing when I was watching your ride sharing videos a couple years ago. Then I saw you vlogging a block away from where I live. Oh, that's dope. That is me. Super chat. David in the hills. SF has gotten definitely more sketchy. Why don't you never go around California? That's a very easy question to answer. I don't have a car. And I would have to rent a car. And renting a car is really expensive right now. And gas is expensive and hotels are expensive, and I'm just gonna chill in the city for now. You know, it's kind of how I see it. Yeah, definitely higher crime. Japan is one of the best places to travel. Yo, Jermaine, so I was doing Uber car rental, paying $250 a week, renting a car, including insurance, worth it. If it's including insurance, that sounds like a good deal. It sounds like you just renting it from like Enterprise or Hertz or somewhere like that. Where have you been working? I've been doing a lot of Craigslist work. Now, when I say Craigslist work, it really is really Craigslist work, like basically like that, like jobs on Craigslist. J is comfortable living in SF finally. Hashtag hotel. Yeah, I'm waiting on the next wave to come through. Let's see if there's another wave to come through. They're all talking about like this next Delta variant is getting worse. Turo is pretty cheap. Is Turo really cheap? Is it really? I wish I would have just put cars on Turo back there because I'd be set right now. I did not. I don't know. I didn't want to get into rental cars though. Craigslist OG TaskRabbit. No, I mean like for real, Craigslist, not TaskRabbit. What do you mean TaskRabbit? I do TaskRabbit every once in a while, but TaskRabbit's kind of dead right now because of it's kind of dead right now because of the pandemic. I mean, majority of the people that used to use TaskRabbit were the tech workers, and now all the tech workers are, at home all the time, or they've moved out of the city. So an app like TaskRabbit has gotten hit really hard. Even when the city opens back up, like let's say like over time, like more and more tech workers come back, then that's when TaskRabbit's gonna get busier. When more tech workers start to come back to work, when there's less tech workers, because the tech workers are the ones that spend so much money on TaskRabbit. Because locals ain't gonna pay that amount of money to have someone come over and like simple furniture for them, but locals will. Used cars are mad expensive. Are you still with that boo thing? Yeah, I am still with the boo thing. You guys are funny. Turo is cool. They don't give you too much hassle, much easier rental car experience than enterprise versus. I would imagine it's much, much easier, yeah. I mean, I haven't exactly used Turo, but I've used Get Around, and it's very, very similar. Do you go out? Do you go out at night downtown or not? I typically don't go out at night downtown much. I typically don't, just because usually, I don't know. I just don't really have a reason to go out unless I'm going to get some food, or I'm going to my boo's house or something, or I have somewhere to go. But usually at home, I try to just be at home. You know, usually I try to just be where I'm gonna be at. Just because it'd be too many things going on out there in them streets. Cars be crashing. People be fighting, people be shooting. You know, dogs be barking and stuff. Like it's just too much going on out there in them streets. So I would rather just be at home. Go out in the mornings. Go do errands, and then in the afternoon come home, sit your ass down. You know, watch some stuff on the internet, upload some videos. Just don't try to do too much, y'all. Don't try to do too much because it's just too much going on out there, y'all. Like it is, it's too much going on. Like I don't know what to say. Like I mean, mm. Hey Jermaine, will you consider living in NYC? Of course, I would consider living in NYC. If I would definitely consider living in NYC. NYC is good. SF at night. SF at night is dead loss. Oh, you think SF sucks at night? SF is best at night. Oh, you think it's best at night? This person says it sucks. This other person says it's the best at night. Going on is dinner time. I haven't made any food. Well, no, I said made any food. I haven't got any food. I think I'm just gonna go make some rice. I got some leftover stuff I was gonna make with rice. Are you talking about Oakland or San Francisco? Oh, I hear more people say that Oakland's a little bit more popular, yo. Sorry, I'm like yawning like crazy now. I hear more people say that Oakland is more popular. I like SF and NYC both. like zoos, nice to visit, not to live in. Also, you don't live in either one of the cities, but you definitely like the cities. I feel you on that. I totally understand what you mean on that one, because it's kind of like, yeah, they're great to live in. They're great to visit, because once you come here, you can go to all the sites, you can go to the restaurants, you can go to the shops, right? And then after that, guess what? You don't live here. Like you don't have to put up with, all the crap of living here, all the crime that goes on, and the camping on the streets situation. You don't have to deal with that. Like you come in, you have a good time, and then after that, you gone. And wherever you live is, don't have to deal with the San Francisco drama. you know. And definitely the San Francisco, New York drama is a whole different drama. I travel alone and I want to go to SF, but I'm worried about the sketchy vibe. Should I be? If you don't have a car, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you're driving, you got a little bit more to worry about in tourist areas. In tourist areas, they've been hitting people like crazy, yo. I mean, just every day. It literally every day there's like multiple videos coming out of people getting their cars broken into, and then there's just people filming. It's to the point now where like they'll be breaking into cars and people will be filming and like they don't even do anything. They don't even care. Like they're waving their cameras and stuff. Like and it's like crazy. Like when you have people stealing like that, that's like the Wild Wild West. That's exactly what that is. That's the Wild Wild West, yo. And then the police don't. I mean, if they don't catch them in the act, it's kind of like it's kind of like it really didn't happen. Your car will no smash. It's not too dangerous at night. Depends on where you go. Like if you go down in the TL and if you get lost in that neighborhood, you might get hit in the head, and you might get robbed. But if there's a lot of neighborhoods you can go out at night in. Fisherman's Wharf is pretty chill. The Marina is pretty chill. Parts of downtown is pretty chill. Union Square could be pretty chill. You could definitely go shopping. You could park your car in the garage downtown. I think they have in Union Square. I think they have security down there, so you don't really have to worry about people messing with your car too much. I didn't say it was safe, but I said you don't have to worry about people messing with your car too much. Okay. I mean, it's still a high chance of your car is getting broken into. Jermaine, you seem very entrepreneurial. Why don't you start a business? There's a couple of reasons why I don't want to start a business. Probably the biggest reason I don't want to start a business and why I don't want to do anything more than what I'm doing right now is because I don't really want any more responsibilities. Okay. This may be very bad, but I really don't want any more responsibilities. Growing up, people always, growing up, you ask a little kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And, kid may say, oh, I want to be a business owner, right? I want to own my own business, right? Or you may ask a kid, oh, I want to be an NBA player. Oh, I want to be this. I want to be that. Whatever that little kids look up to, man, whatever that is, it comes with a lot of stress in those positions, right? Comes a lot of stress, right? Starting a business, that's a lot of stress, yo. Like for real, that's a lot of stress, right? It's a lot of, you gotta balance this, you gotta work that, you gotta hire these people, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this. You know, that's a lot of work, right? That's a different type of work. And me, I would just rather, just kind of do what I'm doing, like, make videos online, upload to different websites, post content here, get paid for this content, sell things on, these websites over here. I don't really want to do too much. Like, I don't really care that much about a title. Okay. I don't really care that much about driving a fancy car. I don't care that much about, I don't care that much about the fancy and the glitz and glamours. The thing I care the most about, the most important thing is freedom. That is the most important thing. And with a job and starting a business, yeah, you can make a lot of money with that, right? You can. You can. But for me, that's just not the responsibility I want right now. That's just not what I want to sign up for. I think I could, definitely run. I could be a really, really good business owner. I could definitely run, business is great. I think I could do a really good job of this. But for now, I don't think that's not what I want to do. I really enjoy waking up and not having to just work all day. I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy waking up and, it kind of sucks because Target started to open at 9 now. When they used to open at 7, I used to wake up and edit a video at like maybe 6:30, right? I'm editing a video at 6:30. And then by 7:30, I grab the skateboard and I'll go down to Target and I'll get a Monster energy drink. And I'll go to the Target in the financial district. And if I go to that Target and if they don't have it on one I want, sometimes I'll just skateboard back over to the one on 4th Street, right? And if that one ain't got what I want, I'll just go take a grocery basket, go to the back of the freaking store, load that fucking grocery basket up with the Monster energy drinks I want, and take it to the front of the store and load the machine up. So that way, tomorrow when I go in there, they'll for sure have my energy drink. But I used to do that, and then have my drink, go down, hang out at the wall, hang out with the bikers, talk to people, do some deliveries, I really enjoy doing that, y'all. That's a really chill life. Like, that's very stress free. They're very stress free. If I wake up and I'm sick, right, and I don't feel good, I can just lay in bed all day and it's chill. Ain't nobody gonna call me and be like, "Hey, where you at? Hey, we need your help, man. Yeah, we need your expertise." You know, no, you don't. You don't need my expertise unless you're trying to do a one-on-one with me. If you're trying to do a one-on-one with me, I'll do a one-on-one with you because that's chill, yo. That's chill. That's not stressing me out. I'm not trying to be running around stressing out all day. Life is short, yo. I'm telling you, life is short. And it's all about what you make out of it. Dude, yo, do you realize, yo, you say energy drinks. Yeah, I guess energy drinks could be bad. But yo, do you realize if you're the type of person where you get caught up into consumption of life, right? You get caught up in the things. You get caught up in you have to do this. You have to buy this. You have to constantly do this. Once you get caught up in that lifestyle, what happens? You get to a point where you can't stop. You get into the rat race. You cannot stop. You on a treadmill and you running, and you have to run faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. You have to keep running freaking faster, right? And then if you stop running, guess what? You're gonna fall. You know what I mean? You're gonna fall, you're gonna be messed up. So I look at it don't overextend yourself, yo. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't go out here and try to be Mr. Big Shot, Just live a chill life, yo. Live a chill life. And you know what they say? When they party, you grind, right? And then later, you will live how they dream. You hear me? Later, you will live how they dream, yo. Let that sink in for a second. You will live how they dream, yo. So go ahead and get your grind on now. While everybody else out partying, while everybody else out, looking good when they're young, got them a new car, they constantly doing this, they constantly blowing all their money, not buying any stocks, not saving any money, they ain't got no emergency fund. Hey, remember, you gonna live how they dream. Remember, you're gonna live how they dream. So just keep doing it, Just keep doing it. Someone has to run a restaurant for me to eat at. Someone has to run a restaurant, but believe me, the robots come run your restaurant. I'm sounding like Dave Ramsey. No, I'm not sounding like Dave Ramsey because I love this. I love to spend money, y'all. Don't get me wrong. I love to spend money. I love to buy stupid shit. I bought so much stupid stuff this month. Look at the computer I bought. Let me take that back. The computer is not really stupid. It's an asset. I'm gonna use it to make money. So it's not. Well, let me take that back. It's not stupid. I guess this. I guess I really majority of the things I buy is to make money with. So maybe I don't buy stupid stuff so much. But yeah, living a chill life is chill, yo. Living a real chill life is very chill. Reading some of the comments. Yo, thanks for them super chats already. Y'all are hooking up the super chats in the house. Thanks, Dave. David. I'm a beginner at stocks, but only had 75 to invest, and it never grew. I don't know what you bought. Maybe you bought something that didn't go up. Maybe you bought Boeing when it was at $300. Jermaine, you got a new booster board? Don't have a new booster board. No, don't have one yet. Chris got caught up, huh? Aren't you a minimalist though? I need to take that minimalist title off my. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm definitely not a minimalist anymore. I got too much shit to be a minimalist. Let's go do that. Why buying so much stuff? Well, all this stuff, honestly, all the stuff that I've been buying is for live streaming. Yeah, that's pretty much. All the stuff I've been buying is for live streaming. Lights, poles, backdrops, stuff like that. That's the stuff I've been buying. Computer. I got another green backdrop here. So that's really what I've been buying lately. All stuff for YouTube for the most part. Wear your Gucci shoes for us. I hardly ever wear Gucci shoes. I wore my Gucci hoodie today. Can y'all see me? I can't see you. Your apartment makes you look. What do you mean my apartment makes me look? Oh, can you see the reflection of my glasses? Jermaine buy Gucci bandana next. I'm chill. I'm not gonna buy any Gucci right now. I'm chill. I'm saving money. I'm gonna buy Ethereum. I want to get like 5 Ethereum, y'all. But now since I said I want to get 5 Ethereum, Ethereum's gonna freaking go through the roof now. But yeah, like I have to figure out a way to get 5 Ethereum. Because 5 Ethereum will be good, especially if Ethereum passes Bitcoin. What happened to Bitcoin? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something that's really insane with Bitcoin, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something really insane. This is probably the biggest reason. Well, not the biggest reason, but this is one huge reason why I for sure believe Bitcoin will hit 100,000, will hit $1 million. Just think of this right here. Think about over time. Okay. Bitcoin, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin mined. Okay. Now, it's going to take up until 2100, right? So we got another, 80 years for them to mine Bitcoin before they hit the 21 million, before they hit the limit. Okay. Think about how many people have already lost Bitcoin. Like they lost some Bitcoin on a hard drive. They lost some Bitcoin. They forgot the password. They lost it on a drive. However they lost it, they lost it. Think about how many people who have died. Okay. How many people who have died that have had Bitcoin, and once they die, no one else can figure out the code, right? That 50 Bitcoin lost forever, right? That 100 Bitcoin lost forever. You got to think, Bitcoin, people been losing Bitcoin ever since Bitcoin been in existence. When Bitcoin was like $10, people were losing tens, of thousands of Bitcoin. Even when Bitcoin was $1, people were losing Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin is never going to ever be recovered. And still to this day, people are losing Bitcoin in just so many ways. Like people are literally losing Bitcoin. And it's like once it's lost, once the hard drive is lost, once the computer goes to a landfill, once the police raid this house, right? And they take all the hard drives, and they don't go through these hard drives, and they just throw these hard drives away. And these hard drives had 100 Bitcoin on them. And now these hard drives are going to the landfill. The Bitcoin's going to the landfill. That's literally digital gold in a landfill. I mean, just think about how much, over time, how many more people are going to die. Like, it was just a billionaire just recently died. And they said that he had 175,000 Bitcoin, and they're all lost. Like, no one's going to get them back. Like, no one has the code. Like, he has the code and he's dead. So, I mean, when this happens more and more and more and more, there's just going to be that Bitcoin. It's going to be less Bitcoin. It's going to be less Bitcoin. And if certain places say, yo, we want to use Bitcoin, like there's certain websites, I'm not going to say the name of these sites, but there's certain websites on the web, they're not even taking credit cards anymore. They're only using Bitcoin because the problems with the credit card companies can like cut them off based on their practices, but they can't be cut off if people are using Bitcoin. And you got to think the less and less Bitcoin that we can actually use, that we can get our hands on, that's going to just push that price higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and freaking higher, yo. Government's crapping down on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be worth $1 eventually. If you think Bitcoin will be worth $1 eventually, you can totally believe that. I'm telling you, when Noah's Ark, when they was building Noah's Ark, people thought, look, hey, ain't nothing gonna flood, If you believe stuff like that, if some people don't believe in, Noah's Ark. I'm just telling the story because this is a story I heard, right? So, a lot of people were saying like, Noah, you a fool for building this ark. But then when it started raining, guess what? Noah didn't look so much like a fool, less Bitcoin transactions. Yeah, I guess the Bitcoin transactions, yeah, it'll be less. Thank you for your videos. You always inspire me. Yes, I try to inspire people. I try to, have something different to bring to the table. Try to talk about something different for y'all. Some investment portfolio, crypto, meme stocks, and weed stocks. And good weed stocks. For the rest, I will pass. Weed stocks. Weed stocks. I don't know what's a good weed stock. Are you still working the Robinhood app? Yes, I'm still on Robinhood. I'm still using Robinhood. Noah's Ark didn't take Bitcoin. No, they didn't take Bitcoin. Maybe that was their problem. They should have taken Bitcoin. And also now we got countries using Bitcoin. Okay. We for real got countries, yo. It's the illegal tender. BTC. I mean, just think when there's more countries doing that. Just think when there's more countries with the BTC. I mean, guys, it's gonna be so insane. They're trying to bring it down to $1 or zero, especially since Salvador is going to give $30 to each citizen for other reasons, but doubt it will work. I don't think they're gonna bring it down. They bring it down to $1. Bring Bitcoin down to $10. I mean, are y'all crazy? Like, I mean, I don't mean to be offensive. I don't mean to be offensive, but like, do you really think Bitcoin is gonna, go that low just because El Salvador? Guys, maybe you don't know that much about Bitcoin. I mean, that's what I take it is. You just don't know that much about Bitcoin. And this whole thing, I think that will happen. And this whole thing about, China banning Bitcoin, it sounds like it's very bad. It actually does. It sounds like it's bad. But what that really means is if they ban Bitcoin and kick out all the miners, that means that, yeah, the price is going to go, it's going to drop. But if those miners go somewhere else and open up their operations and the hash rates go back, what do you think is going to happen to the Bitcoin price? It's going to go back up, and then China will just be completely out of it. And that won't necessarily be a bad thing, you know? You are right. I know nothing. It's just funny when it BTC isn't going anywhere. Oh, you think it's not going anywhere? Oh my gosh, I think it is going. I think it is going places. I mean, too many real places are accepting it. Too many real places are accepting it. Like now, the adoption I'm starting to see now, it's just letting me know that, yeah, it's here to stay. Like, it's definitely here to stay. I think pretty soon, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Pretty soon, Bitcoin, YouTube and Google, they're gonna start offering payments in Bitcoin. This is probably not gonna happen next month. This is probably gonna happen in maybe 6 months to a year. They're gonna start to offer payments in Bitcoin. That's gonna be an option. It's gonna be an option where you can get a direct deposit or you can get a coin-based deposit. It's coming. Okay. It's coming. And basically what it's gonna be is it's gonna be like this. They shipped all the equipment from China to Maryland. Maryland would be good. Brooklyn would be another good place. Do you consider physical assets? I like physical assets, stuff like, gold, silver, collectibles, things that you can put into a safe deposit box, like paintings and stuff like that. Not really into that, just because it's big. Like I have a friend who recently he just got into paintings, right? A couple years ago. So now I go to his house. He has like 4 different paintings. And they're all like, a couple $1,000s each. Like I don't really know the artist and all that, but he definitely knows, and he'll tell me, oh, such and such, such and such, such and such, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and then that one, and this one, and that one. And he's like, yeah, this one, it's already went up in value. Like this one is already doubled in price. And I bought this one like 6 months ago. And I was like, that's dope. Like you bought some art and it's already doubled in value, in 6 months. Like I bought stock like 6 months ago and it ain't doubled in value, you know? Silver, gold and silver are a bad idea. I don't know about gold and silver. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I got collectibles too. Another other collectibles you can get. You can get things like collectibles like watches, right? I know a guy who collects watches, and he's really good at knowing which watches are that goes up in value. So he'll go get this one and wheel and deal and get it for this price, 16,000. Go ahead and flip it for 20,000, or maybe he'll hang on to this one and keep it for a couple years, sell it. Jamie, inflation cause. What if you get robbed? Well, gold and silver, you wouldn't want to leave that at the house. You would want to leave it like at the bank or something. If you got gold bars, you wouldn't want to just leave that at home. And that's mainly why I don't. And that's mainly why I don't invest in assets like that, is because of getting robbed. I don't want like a $3,000 painting on the wall and then someone comes in and steals it. Like that's $3,000 right there, like in a little thing, like on the wall. Like me, like I would feel a little creeped about having something that expensive on the wall, you know. But then I guess there's a couple $1,000s in bikes right there. But I mean, it would be harder to run out with bikes versus to run out with like a painting, you know? So yeah, that's what I think. I don't really want to set myself up to, to be, to get robbed or anything. That's why I'm very open. Like I don't really have like really anything valuable. Maybe I got, some shoes or something like that. But I also live in a hotel too. So I could easily switch rooms or move out or. It's a little bit different. Blockchain, Bitcoin, only way to survive. Currency for to 8 billion people. You can't get enough underwear or Bitcoin. Get an earthquake kit. Get an earthquake kit. What if you get robbed for your goal? Well, yeah, that's why I say you leave. Like if you are holding gold as an investment, you would want to put it in a safe deposit box. Banks can rob you. Um, Banks can rob you. There's no guarantee that the bank won't rob you. But I would trust a bank more than I would trust anywhere else. And that's just the bottom line. I would trust a bank more than anywhere else because you could I don't know, you like with a bank, it's a safe deposit box. So when you go to the safe deposit box, you put it in a vault, right? So when you go there, you have to you have to fill out this card and they ask for your name and your phone number and your ID and you don't go to the teller, like you go to the people sitting at the desk, okay? And then after you fill out all this, information, you need your keys. Some banks you need two keys, right? You have to have your key and someone at the bank has their key, right? And I don't know, some banks you have two keys. Like you have the two keys and they don't have a key, right? And for the ones that you have where the bank has the key, they use one and you use one and you can't do it without them, they can't do it without you. So I wouldn't worry about them stealing from the vault because that would just be, I mean, come on, that's just not very. If someone stole your money from the guy, I don't think that's just something I would really worry about too much. I mean, that's just about, if you're afraid of someone stealing your gold out of the vault in the bank, that's just like saying that I don't want to put money in the stock market because the stock market could go down to zero, you know? Do you have a safe deposit box? Do you have a safe deposit box if you have insurance? Well, the thing about the safe deposit box and insurance, I don't exactly know how it works because the FDI will insure you like 250 G's on the money that's in your account. But if it's something in a safe deposit box, it may not necessarily be money. Usually people don't have money in a safe deposit box. Usually people have other things. It's gold, it's silver, and maybe it's like, expensive watches, maybe it's diamonds, maybe it's like, some sort of documents that's worth a lot of money. Maybe it's some sort of papers that's worth a lot of money. Maybe it's something like that, something you wouldn't want to leave at home. So people wouldn't typically put cash into a safe deposit box. They would put like something else, you know. People broke in safe deposit boxes of banks many times. But is this something that like happens like all the time? Yeah, you can get robbed under any circumstance. Yeah, this is true. But to say that you can get robbed under any circumstance, that's just telling someone that like you shouldn't have anything. You shouldn't have anything. Like, just recently I was out the other night with someone and I overheard someone say this guy said, I never get robbed. I never get robbed because I don't have anything. So is that your excuse for never like doing anything? Like, oh, I don't want to own anything because I'm going to get robbed. And if I don't own anything, I won't get robbed. So that means you're not going to ever have a decent phone because you don't want to get robbed. That means you're not going to ever wear any half decent clothes because you don't want to get. That means you're not going to carry a backpack because you don't want to get robbed. I mean, you're just going to basically change your whole life just so you don't get robbed. I mean, some people do live this way. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Like that's different. You know, you can't get robbed under any circumstance, but getting robbed from a safe deposit box, that's something that can happen, right? Just like a 10.0 earthquake could hit. Chances are a 10.0 earthquake won't hit. Maybe it'll be a 5.0, maybe it'll be a 6, maybe it'll be an 8, maybe it'll be a 9, but chances are it won't be a 10. Okay. But it could happen. Okay. It could. Just like, a lot of things could happen. They could happen. But just don't necessarily mean that they will. It's kind of like when someone says, "Oh, congratulations, you just became a millionaire." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, guess what? You can lose all your money and you can be broke. Well, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, who's to say it can't? You know, but what if it don't happen? What if it don't happen? Right? What if it don't? I remember when I first started traveling, right? I remember I got back from my first trip, and I remember a homie from back home was like, "Man, you crazy. If I was you, I would not be going out to all of these crazy countries. You crazy. Like, what if something happens to you?" But you know what? What if nothing happens? What if nothing happens? What if I just keep traveling and keep getting smarter and just keep getting introduced to new things around the world? Keep getting used to just getting turned on to different things to change my life, to better my life. What if nothing happens? What if it all go right, yo? What if it all go right? I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on with that. There's a lot of people out there in life. They're around so much negativity that they can't imagine anything going right. Okay. They for real, they cannot imagine anything going right. That's out of their reality of things working out. Because maybe in their reality, things just not working out, like the type of person that, go to work and they hate their job and they hate everybody at the job, right? You know, it's crazy. Like, stop spamming. Happens to a lot of numbers. Never be afraid to live life. $200,000. I've been robbed at least 4 times. No, the rich insure everything. The rich insures everything. Well, I never wear Gucci and SF. I never wear Gucci shoes and SF because I'm always on a skateboard, yo. If I had a car, that'd be totally different. You said the FBI stole 86 million. Well, the FBI is stealing. It's different when the FBI steals it, yo. That's a seizure, yo. And also when the FBI steals it, they work with the bank. It's not like somebody going in there with a drill, drilling through the safe. It's not like somebody going in there with a drill, drilling through the hole, the door like this thick or whatever. It ain't like, Jimmy down the street drilling through that door. No. When they use the FBI, that that's not like somebody like, breaking in. They did that for something else, yo. That was a seizure. I don't know if you guys know the difference between an FBI seizure versus a bank heist. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown. I'm gonna let y'all know because some people don't know this. Okay, so the FBI, they do take from people. Okay, technically they do, because I'm gonna use this perfect example. You got a drug dealer. Okay, he bought his mom a house. The FBI knows that the drug dealer bought his mom a house. So the FBI, when they bust a drug dealer, they take his mom's house. Okay. So basically, we can say the FBI, they stole from the old lady. Okay. Took her house. Okay. So, okay, the FBI, we can say they steal. Okay. Now, in this case, they work with the bank. I think y'all get what I'm saying. I ain't got to break it down. Y'all ain't dumb, but you get what I mean. Yeah, you gotta live life. No way you pay what gold is worth. But the thing about you don't buy gold to you buy gold to hold for long term, you know. And once again, gold. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. Gold. Hopefully, I don't offend anybody with this, but gold is one of the I think one of the dumbest investments you can buy because think about it. It just sits there. It just sits there. Like you can't do nothing with it. Like it ain't gonna make you no money. If you got Bitcoin, you can get some interest on your Bitcoin. Like you can make an interest off your Bitcoin every month. But if you got gold, you can't make no interest off of no gold, yo. So it's kind of like a trophy. You just sit it over there and it look nice, you know, or you just sit it in the bank in a safe deposit box and you don't even see it and it look nice locked up in a box, you know, and you ain't and it costs you money to store the gold, you know. So it's crazy. I guess you don't have health insurance. Of course I have health insurance. Like I go to the dentist all the time. I have that covered California crap. I don't even know how it works, yo. Every time I go to the dentist, I ended up like I pay out of pocket like all the time. It's always like $1,500 every time I go. It's about time for me to go to the dentist again. I just haven't went because I'm like, yeah, I think this time I need like $2,000 or something. And then I still got insurance, right? I mean, I think the insurance is about to max out for the year. Hey, can you have like two dental insurance? Like, can you pay like two different dental insurance, right? It happens to be plenty of people on that boat. I don't know what boat. I can make some jewelry though and look nice. Yes, you can. How come rappers love gold then? Well, because gold is beautiful. But rappers wear a different type of gold. Right. Once you take gold and make it a necklace, it's not the same as actual physical gold, like an ounce of gold. Let my nephew express his thoughts. Greg, you my uncle? Are you like my uncle or a cousin or something from back home? Been following me secretly under a different name. Jermaine is reading too much into things. Jermaine over analyze things. This is a positive place. Oh my gosh. Get better internet, Max. I think I need better internet. I wish I had better internet. How in the world could someone blow 150 million in a year? I would just buy a couple condos in San Francisco. Street slang, Jermaine, don't be offended in the term of undocumented. Okay, I want 1,500 down. What did I say? Yeah, I know. It's so expensive to go to the freaking dentist. You can have as many dental insurance as you want. Okay, cool. I'm about to go get some more dental insurance. Because that way, like, I can go to the dentist more because I can just like use this one. And then when it max out for the year, just keep paying it for the rest of the year, but then start using the next one, right? And then max that one out for the year, and then still pay for that one too, and then start the third one, and then max that one out for the year. And then by the time I roll around and max out the third one, I should be able to use the first one again, and then use the second one, and then eventually, like I just get a bunch of implants. Like I'm just gonna go crazy on implants. Like I got some more teeth I need to take out, and I want to get. I think I'm probably just gonna do more implants. Yeah, you can have supplemental insurance once it doesn't cover. Oh, I have to check that out. Health insurance is a scam. Yeah, health insurance suck, yeah. At least in the US, like it does. I mean, it's so expensive, but Yeah, it's expensive, but like I don't know. Like I'm not really gonna trip. Like maybe I should have took care of my teeth better when I was younger. Like, I can't get mad and be like, oh, it's too expensive when I made bad decisions, when I was younger. I can't like blame it on the system. You know what I mean? When like honestly, when I was younger, like I just should have actually I had really good dental insurance and I had this opportunity of where like I could have like got all my dental work done and it would have been basically free. And I freaking didn't take that opportunity. And oh my gosh, since I did not take that opportunity, I so regret it. So regret it, like because it would have been like free. Like I don't really want to really get into it, but like maybe I'll save that for a super chat. No, not a super chat. Maybe I'll save that for a live of a story time in the future. Yeah. No one likes going to the dentist. No one likes anyone else sticking their damn fingers in their mouth. Think about it. When you go to the dentist, you open your mouth for someone else to stick their hand in your mouth. Like, who likes that? Like, I definitely don't. If everyone don't have insurance, Jermaine, who will pay? I don't know. How at the SF community dental clinic at UCSF. My boo tells me do not go to the UCSF clinic. My boo is telling me the break was letting me know the pricing. Actually, the pricing for that dental school, the dentist that I was going to was actually cheaper than the dentist school. Now, once again, the dental school is a school. Okay. So it's going to be like all sorts of different people working on your mouth. So every time you go, it's going to be a completely different person like working on you. Okay. Versus the dentist that I went to was just like, it's going to be the same dentist like every time. It's not going to be like, another young kid, that's like, oh, wow, this is my first time working and drilling your mouth. So that's kind of how it is. Like I don't really want to. You can get free cleanings by students at dental schools sometimes. Yeah, you can. And my boo told me my boo went to a dentist in the Mission, like one of those low price, low budget dentists. Oh my gosh. My boo said that like it was so many people sitting in there and they had commercials on the TV and it was just like a zoo in there. And yeah, my boo left. You don't want an impatient student doing your dental work. I mean, it's one thing to go to the barber and save some money on a haircut, okay? Because if you go to a barber, save money on your haircut. And if they mess your haircut up, and especially if you're a dude, you got short hair, you go to the barber, they mess your hair up. Guess what? After what, a week, 2 weeks, your hair gonna grow back. No big deal, right? But when you go into a dental school and you're trying to save, a little bit of money, when you can shop around a little bit harder, it also it really depends on what you need done. It really depends on what you need done. Like I'm not gonna say that the dental school is all expensive, but for me in my scenario, I'm gonna have to go to the dentist like over and over and over. It would not be a good idea for me to go to that dental school. Like it would cost me way more, and I could go to. I mean, like I said, it really depends on what you want. Like their implants cost like $2,000, right? And there are a lot of places that do implants. I think they told me implants were $2,000, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a lot of places you can find in the Bay Area that'll do an implant for 1,000. 1,000 is a good price. Um, uh, your average dental office in like Union Square, they're probably gonna charge like 2,000 for an implant. Now you got to think an implant that's not even the full tooth, yo. Like you need the implant, you need the metal thing on top of the implant, and then you need the actual tooth on top. So the implant's 1,000, the metal thing in the middle is like 500, and then the tooth on top is like 1,200, or no, like 18. No, depending on what type of tooth you get. Like it might be 18, it might be 12, depending on the type of tooth, like the teachers are doing it. Oh, you said the teachers are doing it. For me, it was the professionals doing it, and the students are watching at UCSF. Um, what you think of teachers in the union? Um, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, I understand that a lot of people out there are pro teachers. Like, teachers come first in everything. And honestly, I kind of sort of disagree with that. I think that teaching is important, right? I think it's definitely important. But I also look at teaching like it's a very yeah, teachers teach our youth. Yeah, they teach our kids. But do they really? I think our kids are being more influenced by social media nowadays than teachers in a classroom. I mean, think about it. Years ago, maybe the teacher was the biggest influence for kids. Maybe a teacher was years ago before kids had cell phones. Maybe, the kids would go and they would, they would talk to the teacher all day, right? Like that was the person they would talk to. Well, now with all this technology, teacher's not even the most important person in the world. They got cell phones. They can look at anyone on social media. They could be watching me for crying out loud while they're in class, you know? So I look at it like, back in the day, teaching was a profession that it was a profession that people, glorified. And now I just don't, now I just look at it like, especially with the pandemic in place. And now it's all going like you have so many teachers doing it virtual. I'm sorry to say, but that job is the teaching job is, in my eyes, has been very watered down. It's been very, very watered down. I would look at college professors being I would look at college professors like more than I would look at, like, especially grade school, elementary teachers, because just look at how the pandemic has shaped things. You know, I, I really think that school, it needs to go through a school itself. I think we actually need to rethink school completely. I think we need to think school, and I think it's good that we're going through that process right now. I also think, like, the financial district, we need to rethink that. Like, does it really make sense for all these people to freaking go and meet at the downtown every day in San Francisco when a lot of these people can do work from home? Does it really make sense for all of these, school kids? Bro, it is school kids, not here in San Francisco. You know, I'm happy to say not here in San Francisco, but there are school teachers. No, there are school kids that have to wake up at like 6 in the morning, yo, and they have to, get dressed, put a big coat on, and they have to walk in the cold. And they have to wait in the cold, 20 minutes in the cold, 15 minutes in the cold for the bus to come. Then the bus to come. That's so much work, yo. That's so much work. And I get it, like, it's great that the kids come together. I'm not saying that we should end school completely. No, I didn't say that. I said we need to rethink school. We need to rethink it. Like, it needs to be reinvented, yo. That's what it needs to be some innovation going on with school, because there has been no innovation in school in 100 years. Only innovation has been, like, iPads and, distant learning. But yeah, everybody has to go through a teacher. Everyone has to go through a teacher. I admire professors. The professors are good. The Vatican done. Are you trolling? I don't know. I see lawyers done. Teachers done. Guys, I think every one of you needs to wake up fast. Teachers in Cali make 100K a year. I mean, Okay. I don't know if this guy's trolling or not. Teaching in America is not respected, but in other countries, teachers are horrible professions. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, teaching is I mean, over time, I would say it's just not the same anymore. It's not the same. And then you also got to think about this too. You got to think about the laws that have been in place over the past 10 years, past 20 years, where teachers used to, they used to could write their own curriculum. They used to could teach how they wanted to. Nowadays, teachers have to teach within they have to teach like sort of in this guideline. They have to teach like what they have to sort of like follow more guidelines and more rules on teaching. And that changes a lot versus when a teacher can just like teach like and be themselves in the classroom. Yeah, a lot has changed with teaching. They've really yeah, Jermaine, I see you not been in a classroom in some time. I see. Or what do you mean? Maybe not in California. We need teachers so we can go back to work and not babysit our children. Okay, no, I'm definitely not saying that we should get rid of teachers. I'm saying that like I'm not saying we should get rid of teachers. Okay, I'm saying that we should sort of re-engineer this whole idea of school. Okay, maybe instead of just sitting in a classroom all day, maybe it should be a little bit more than that. Maybe you go to the school, but maybe you don't just sit in class. Maybe you have more hands-on, for a majority of the day. Maybe, you take some students and instead of, having them learning books the whole class, maybe you take some students and you have them doing mechanical stuff, right? Just straight off the bat, like the rest of the day, you're going to be, doing mechanical stuff. It's going to be all hands-on stuff. And then you're going to be doing that for 4 years while you're in high school. And then once you get out of high school, well, you can go straight to this job because for the past 4 years, you've been working with your hands. You've been doing plumbing. You've been doing electrical. You've been doing this at the freaking schoolhouse, yo. But yet they don't do that. Like, some schools, maybe the last 2 years of, you're in school, you get the hands-on training. But I think we should have more of that, like way more of that. Learning is not as good as field trips, I guess so. They don't have the resources. Yeah, they don't have the resources, but you know what? They do have the resources. What they could easily do is they could just partner with businesses, yo. Like they could just partner with businesses. Like, on Mondays, the kids go to this auto mechanic shop, right? And they go there. The school sets up a deal with them, get an auto mechanic shop a tax break because they got the kids going there. They teaching the kids. Well, now that auto mechanic shop will probably always have someone to hire. If they set it up that way, they will always have someone to hire because they're training the people to work. You know, but that's not what we do in this country. That's not what we do. What we do is, you brainwash the kids. You even get the rappers to talk about college in the videos, and you get them to go to college, right? You get them to go to college. You get them to learn all this shit that they're not going to use. They're going to go through all this college and come out and be a damn security guard. That's what it's set up to be now. Teachers unions are powerful. Auto mechanics is another good one. Yeah, mechanics in general. I mean, airplane mechanics, yo, train mechanics, car mechanics, dump truck mechanics. Like, it's so many mechanics out there, yo. We only need teachers for reading and math. Appreciate reading on the job. Jermaine, call it a field trip. I call it a field trip every day, yo. I mean, what I said, reinvent the school system. Reinvent. Okay. If you want to teach kids something, take them to that place to teach them. Get them the hell out of the classroom. Why are we spending all these money on these damn schools? Right? Why are we spending all these money on schools? Why don't we just get rid of all the schools? Right? You get rid of all the schools. You have them meet at WeWork, right? You have them meet there. You have them meet, 2 days a week, have them meet there. And the rest of the days, you send them to somewhere else. If they want to be coding, you send them to a place and you have them coding, right? If they want to go into making food, you go send them to a damn restaurant and have them cooking some chickens in the back, right? If they want to learn to be, a pilot, go get them a job at the airport. Go let them, go get them a job doing something at that. Put them like set them up. American schools just free childcare. That's what they say. Teaching is more than reading math. Oh, totally. Damn, I literally went to university and I'm a security guard. I mean, another thing about college too is you got to make connections when you're in college. You got to make connections when you're in college. I got a cousin right now. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I got a cousin right now that graduated valedictorian in her class. She went on to college and got a 4.0. And right now I make way more money than her. Like way more money than her because majority of her money is going to student loans. Is going to student loans, yo. She graduated the top of her class, yo. Top of her class. Got a full ride to scholarship to school, and then once she, got to the master's program, that's when she, took out lots of, debt and stuff because masters cost a whole lot more than your bachelor's. And it's insane. That's valedictorian. That's someone who smart, like all the book smarts, yo. All the book smarts. Like know all the books, yo, but don't know shit about stocks. Don't know nothing about a company. Don't know nothing about PE ratio. Don't know nothing about buying a cheap flight, right? Don't know nothing about international culture, okay? But yet they got that degree. And once they got that degree, yo, they are respected, you know? Where you graduate from? I graduated from such and such. Oh, nice. I graduated 4.0, top of my class. Oh, nice. Me, I'm dumb as a bag of rocks. Yet, I'm self-employed. I wake up, do what I want. I'm not a slave to the system. Like, I don't have a boss. It just goes on and on and on. School will teach you what school want you to know. Okay. It'll teach you what you want to know. I take it my homie in college did not make the right connections. I take it my homie in college did not make the right connections because my homie in college would have made the right connections, especially being valedictorian from high school, especially going on to college and having a 4.0. If my cousin would have did everything right, she would have made the right connections, and when she got out of college, she would have landed herself a 6-figure job. She would have worked herself up. Okay, that's what they don't tell you about college. When you hear Kanye West talking about college dropout, but what he's not talking about, he is not talking about how many people will go to college and they will get that degree and they still ain't gonna do a goddamn thing with their life because you gotta have a personality. You gotta be likable. You gotta make connections. You can't just make straight A's and just think, oh, the jobs are just gonna drop out of the sky for me. Student loans suck for sure. Yes, student loans definitely suck. Schooling in college and university in the US is a lifelong death trap. Not for everyone. Like if you come from a middle class family, your parents can pay for it, you're good. And if you are poor enough, right, where you can get a full scholarship to a university, you're you're pretty good. Now, when you want to go get a master's, maybe you could pull off getting a scholarship or something. But once you get a master's, it does get a little bit more difficult. You probably will find yourself in debt, or maybe you have some sort of job where like they'll pay for you to get your master's, or they'll reimburse you for college or something like that. There is ways to not go to college and be in debt. There's definitely ways of not to go to college and be in debt. Keep those taxes coming in the American dream alive. That's why we need the first 2 years of college to be free. Yes, first 2 years of college would be free. I would say Dave Ramsey took me out of debt. Yes, Dave Ramsey is good. You have to catch a break. Dude was talking about the tuna dropout. All successful people caught a break. Yes, for sure they caught a break. They were in the right place at the right time. Okay. Can't be a nanny. I'm retired. Anyone in MLA looking down. Make some schools and jobs in MLA are a trap. Oh, multi-level marketing. Yeah, I would avoid multi-level marketing. Having a family member who is severely defiant helps. Mm. It's funny how people hate on the school system, but not everyone has been in the classroom. Yeah, I understand not everyone's been in the classroom. I'm totally not hating on the school system. I'm just saying that it is something that hasn't changed in a long time. And over time, things change. Over time, have you ever ridden in a car from 20 years ago? Okay. Have you ever ridden in a car from 20 years ago? Well, if you haven't, if you ride in a car 20 years ago, a car that was made 20 years ago, it's not going to ride the same as a car that was made today, this year. It's not going to ride the same. That's just the bottom line. And if you think that we should just leave school the way it is and it should just stay that way forever, I mean, I understand some people probably would think that way, but I think that it needs to be revamped. It's old school. It's yeah. I think it needs to be revamped. That's me. How successful people catch a break. That's very true, yo. First 2 years. Question: why do Americans pay so much tax? It depends on the type of American you are. If you're married, if you have kids, if you're single, it really depends. Like everyone's gonna pay different taxes, and also it depends on how much money do you make? Do you make $400,000 a year, or do you make $25,000 a year? How do you make your money? Do you make your money from going to work every day, right? And you make $1 million going to work every day, or do you make your money from capital gains? These answers are gonna vary greatly. They're gonna vary greatly, yo. Like, the people that pay the most taxes are probably the middle class for sure. And everybody pays taxes. Just in California, there's the sales tax. That's what, 9%. So whenever you buy anything, you have to pay 9% extra. If you go up to a place like Oregon, there is no sales tax. At least the pandemic proved that you don't have to be physically at work for a lot of these jobs, and it can improve morality. Yes, it can. It can. It can, but even if like 20% of the population don't go back to the financial district, it's still going to be great, because that means that it's going to be 20% less people packed on the trains. It's going to be 20% less people in traffic on the bridge, which probably won't look any different. When you're talking about the bridge, 20% less cars, like maybe instead of from 8:30 to from 8 to 10, it goes from 8:20 to 10. This crazy type of traffic. Who gave the government's take on my switcher? I do not feel apologetic about the school system. Those student loans are destroying the millennials. Student loans are hurting the millennials. But no, let's just really think about this for a second here. Student loans are destroying some millennials. But are student loans really just hurting all millennials? No. Because you got to think, anybody who, there's a lot of middle class in this country. Everybody's not poor. There's a lot of middle class. There's a lot of, kids that they got their parents to pay. Majority of people that are in school are people who their parents pay for them, you know? Like college is a privileged thing. Like so majority of people there are getting paid for it. It's just like, if you're poor, you have to take out loans like that's when it becomes a problem. Car loans. Yeah, so I think some millennials are doing great, yo. I mean, you got to think about okay, think about this here. So you can say millennials are you can say millennials are the student loans are destroying millennials, okay? You can say this. And there's also a lot of talk how millennials today own a lot less. Like we own a lot less. We have a lot less buying power than like 20 years ago, 30 years ago than our parents. And these are true. These are true things. But if you look at things like the cryptocurrency market, that's majority millennials there. Like there's so many millennials in that space. So it's not all millennials losing here. It's literally not all. Like it is hurting. It's definitely hurting the millennials because number one, you got the student loans, and then you also have crazy housing, right? So these two things are definitely hurting millennials. But I would say the student loans is not hurting. Like it's hurting some millennials, but it's not hurting like all millennials, yo. But the ones who are struggling with the student loans, they really are struggling because I have a friend in LA. He owes like 275,000. And that was like 5 years ago. Like that number's probably like increased. Who knows what it is now? Because I think the interest rate, well, that was a private loan or whatever. So the interest rate, it was definitely it wasn't a fixed government interest. No, I think it was like 8% or 7% or something, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, with an amount that big, can you just imagine 95% of college students are struggling? Bro, you must don't know. There's so many college kids. I mean, you go to the dorms, like it's nothing but like kids that get money from their parents a lot of the times, yo. Of course, I guess the money that they're getting from their parents is the money that they're getting from the loans, maybe. The other 5% have rich parents. Yeah, but it's a difference between rich and middle class. Okay. It's the big difference between rich and middle class. Middle class can still afford to send their kids to college. The rich can do it too. It's just not as many rich people. Yo, thanks a lot for the super chats, guys. I think I'm gonna get ready to end this stream. I gotta call my boo. Oh, it's gotten this late. Yes, it has gotten this late. We talk about college. We over here talking about things that like I don't even. Man, I can't fix a college system, yo. Yeah, you're right. It is mostly living expenses. It is mostly living expenses because unless you go to like Harvard or something like that. A middle class student will likely have a job as well, unlike rich kids. What do you mean? Like outside of like once they get out of college? Because once again, it's all about connections. Like if you are going to college and your parents went to college and your parents, are into something like banking, right? And then you go to college and you study something, not banking, but you study accounting. Okay. So you don't exactly study the same thing, but like their parents can easily hook them up with a job and bam, like they already got a job straight off the bat, right? And it's about connections. Maybe the connection they didn't even make it at the university. They had it before they even before they even got to university. They already had their foot in the door. They already had the connections. So if you someone and you growing up and your mom work at FedEx, you know, your daddy, he drive trucks. Well, they may not be able to even send you to college, right? So you may have to take out loans. And then once you take out loans, and then once again, when you go to college and you take out loans, you typically hang out with other people that take out loans. Typically hang out with other people that take out loans. And if you go and hang out with other people who take out loans, well, guess what? They're probably going to have the same family background as you. They're coming from two working class families, right? Meaning that although y'all are going to hang out, and you're not really going to make the connections with the other kids because you're hanging out with the poor kids. These my homies, y'all. Like, we all dress the same, right? So all of y'all get y'all degrees and y'all all make good grades, but you really didn't even grow because you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Am I making any sense here? You can study yourself and they have lied to us for money. Yeah, so it can be very different. And then check this out, like, you take someone who's, like, maybe upper middle class, maybe maybe they just know more people who are just, like, college educated already, and they're 18 years old. Their mom's friend is a banker. They got another mom's friend. This mom friend, work at this tech company. This so, like, if your parents go to college, they probably know a lot of other people that went. I mean, telling someone in the hood, like, go to college and you're gonna be your world's gonna be great. To some kids, that's almost like saying, look, you can go to the NBA. You know what I mean? To some kids, it's almost like, look, you can go to the NBA. So you can take some kid, like, am I making any sense here, y'all? Like, I know it may not be hitting up like 100%, but I think maybe people can maybe in the ballpark somewhere. I mean, like, I've kind of noticed that. Like, I noticed, like, man, I know some people in my hometown. Dumb is a bag of rocks, yo. Dumb is a bag of rocks, dude. Look, for real. Like, barely got through school. Got a bomb ass job though. Got a bomb job. It's all about the connections they made, and they had the connections before they even went to college. They just needed to go to college to get the respect, because everybody else, everybody else that they would, their parents and associations, the people at the club down the street, the people at the church that you have dinner with, on Sundays, the people over here, it's connections all around you. But then for some people, they just need to go get the degree, and then once they get the degree, bam, good. All about connections, y'all. All about connections. That's one reason I feel I'm not really doing too much here in San Francisco. I feel like I'm not making enough connections right now. I feel I'm not making enough connections. I ain't making no good connections. Lately, I've been hanging out with my boo, and like with my boo hang out with a lot of activists, y'all. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even care if my boo hear this. I just can't be hanging out with activists too much because like it it just seems like when you're an activist, you're thinking about so much that's going on that you really can't, like, be happy for yourself. You really can't, like, you see so much going on and you're trying to stop it. And it's it's a tough one. It's a tough one. You say fake it till you make. I don't want to fake it till I make it. Connection is key to success. you know Connection through LinkedIn, trust me. Connection through LinkedIn. Jeff Bezos graduated with honors in college. What do you say? Oh shit. Oh gosh. What are you in this stream for? I didn't think you would be here. I love you. It's just I don't know. It's just I'm just a very happy person. I'll get off stream and call you. But I don't know. Jermaine has to fight. I think you guys know me very well. Things aren't equal. Yeah, things aren't equal. So anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Go hang out near Salesforce Park. You will never know who you're gonna bump shoulders with and meet. I actually saw Willie Brown at the Salesforce Park not too long ago. I don't even know if you guys know who Willie Brown. He used to be the mayor of the city. I just gave you all the roadmap to success, but some of you aren't listening. I guess some of us are not listening. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna end the stream because I gotta call. I gotta call my boo. My boo's gonna be pissed because I just said like my boo hangs out with a bunch of activists, but it's cool. Anyway, I love all of y'all. Have a good night. I'm gonna take my sunglasses off. I really wish I can open the window. Anyway, I'm out. I love all of y'all. Peace out, yo. Dun, 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 dun.